It's really sad for them. That's what Nakuti Got was telling you this entire time. We've gone over this week on just how crazy these people are, how far they're going to gaslight you by turning Doctor Who into this big LGBTQ pride propaganda campaign and actually just ignoring all of the lore that came before, ignoring all of the great Doctor Who history, and of course, not even bothering to try to make a good presentation of a show. They hate you. They want you dead. That is exactly what's happening here, and they talk about it all the time. So this is my Substack for my Fandom Pulse. I write articles here and put these up, and I hope that you will subscribe to this. I'll put this link in the description below with you. My name's John Delarose, and I am a journalist for a long time in pop culture. I was actually named in Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney as an authority. Oh my gosh, I'm an authority now. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to go on with Doctor Who in this next episode. That's actually going to be even more offensive than what we've seen so far. Now, we have 2 episodes released at once, which was kind of a weird strategy, I thought. Doctor Who usually just does 1 episode at a time, weekly, and so it's a change in tradition there, a break there. And the reasoning is Disney, when they release their series of their short seasons, like to do 2 at once. And I don't know why they do that. I think it helps boost numbers of the second episode because when people wait week to week, they might not bother tuning in after they see something like Space Babies. But if it's right there, maybe they'll keep going on the maybe it's on the autoplay sort of thing. But that's what they've done. They've broken tradition there. And I'm sorry for the British fans of this YouTube channel that they now are releasing these episodes at like the middle of the night for you in order to have them at primetime Eastern on Disney+. So they are prioritizing Americans over what is traditionally a British show. Ridiculous. And this is just without even getting into the content. They're showing pure disrespect for the fans. Now, Gatwa and Russell T. Davies have gone around giving interviews, gaslighting everybody, telling you how wonderful all this queer representation is, how they're happy to be pushing this, especially on young children. Russell T. Davies did say, he said it. He admitted intentionally that this is meant to groom young children. And it's sick. And then when you pushed back against this before this all came out, they told you not to watch. Well, you didn't watch. A lot of people didn't. Very, very poor ratings, and I expect that's going to decline even further as this series continues on. And this is just the beginning. Now, the spoilers for episode number 3 have come out. It's supposed to come out tomorrow as of the recording of this video. But of course, people, the access media, the shills, get advance reviews. Now, most of the reviews were like, oh, this is fantastic. Stephen Moffat's made his return. Yay. Now, it's weird because Stephen Moffat said he would never return. I don't know what's going on with that. But again, this is going to be something that is a series that's going to get rid of any semblance of morality. And that's the whole purpose. Russell T. Davies wants to subvert morality. The Doctor Who used to be a hero who cared about morality. Now it's going to be about virtue signaling against morality, against real morality in the name of Russell T. Davies' sexual fetishes. That's really what this is all about. And so Space Babies was a weird episode that really revolved around an anti-abortion quote, or a pro-abortion quote, I should say. And the entire episode setup was, wait a minute, they left babies here, and they forced them to be born, and then they don't even take care of them, as if there's this like epidemic in the West of these like abandoned babies, which there's not. So it's ridiculous. And so it was a weird flex that didn't make sense. And even though they pushed that agenda in it, the Doctor ended up saving the babies, as a good guy does. So Russell T. Davies' message fell flat in that even though he attempted to make it pro-abortion, the end result of the story was that the Doctor's going to save the babies from dying. Okay. So then episode 2 comes out with our wonderful transgender Jinx Monsoon. And the whole episode's about this crazy, creepy they-them person going out there, and what does this person do? Steals all the joy, steals all the art in the world, and destroys everything, turns everything into an apocalyptic wasteland in order to deal with their own hubris. That's exactly what Russell T. Davies is doing. He is the Jinx Monsoon villain in real life. And so even though that was meant to be a trans representation, he ended up having the opposite. And this is the problem with the woke. They have such fake morals that it's a destruction every single time they try to do things. And they end up actually saying the opposite of what they intend their message to be, because there's no truth to what they're trying to say. Now, this third episode's about to come out, and it's a bit of a dud. And this is on Microsoft deal by Anita Singh. The minorities are turning against you, Doctor Who. What are you ever going to do? So this person's not shilling for this for once. So the first two episodes were ridiculous, and Russell T Davies basically stuck a middle finger at the fans, saying, this is a silly show now, and that was his intention, to piss off fans. Now, Stephen Moffat's coming in on the back of this to put a very serious episode into place, like to exactly shift tone completely, where they go to a war-torn world in this. And the entire episode is actually an allegory against Christians and religion, claiming that it's Christians and religion are all about divisiveness and war. And so here's what Singh says. Theme 2, religion is bad. I'm going to hazard a guess that Moffat is an atheist. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody who works on this show is going to be an LGBTQ activist, anti-Christian, globalist hate monger at this point, and Moffat's no different than any of these other guys. I'm going to hazard a guess this because the gun-toting soldiers here wear dog collars. So the soldiers were wearing dog collars. This you're collared like a slave, right? And they're ordained Anglican Marines. So this is anti-Church of England. Since when was the church an army? Asks Ruby. Oh my gosh. Since most of your history, you've been living in a blip, replies the Doctor. So this is an anti-Christian rhetoric thrown into a war story on another planet, which shouldn't have anything to do with modern sort of stuff or people's religions, but that's it. Since it's Anglican, they're anti-Christian here. When a little girl explains that her mummy got gathered up by God, the implication is that she's fallen for all the nonsense about heaven. That's right. So a little girl is gaslit that her mom went to heaven when she died, and says that that's not the case, and she's stupid for believing that. This is how Moffat is treating Christianity after they've been pushing this radical LGBTQ agenda, after they've been pushing the globalist depopulation agenda of abortion, all within the prior two episodes. And, some people don't want to see this. They just want to see that this is just dumb. And, I always see that. I still see this. It doesn't matter, whether there's woke messaging. It's just about the bad writing. It's not about the bad writing. It's about the agenda, that everything that comes out of that agenda is going to be bad because it rings false, because it's evil. Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat are promoting evil intentionally, and that's what makes it bad. So let's not mince words here. I'm not like those other YouTubers who do that crap. I hate it. About 20 minutes later, this child is cheeringly referring to her parent as just dead. So the child, as she grows up, understands suddenly that heaven is not real. This is insidious and evil from Stephen Moffat. But I don't expect less. Moffat does this kind of stuff here, and of course, it's filled with reference porn on top of this. But this is what you can expect from Doctor Who. They said that Russell T Davies keeps giving these interviews saying, in 2024, you have to write this kind of thing. You really don't. You don't have to write this kind of thing. You don't have to put a leftist political agenda in. I guess you do if you're enslaved to Disney, the Devil Mouse itself, one of the most evil corporations on the planet. But these people gleefully take this ticket, gleefully do this. They're happy to have unrestrained political messaging in their shows, to make their shows ruined every single time. And, when they just attack the fans when you don't like it. So, and here it is. You can't escape Disney's influence, not just with the set and costumes, which look like Star Wars leftovers. There's a cute kid, a cheesy ending, but it's far darker than previous Gatwa episodes. His only joke comes when he says the landmine. I had to deactivate one of these lesbian gymkhana. By the way, why are they just talking about lesbians over and over and over again? This happened in the last episode too, where Gatwa was like, "Oh, you wrote this beautiful song for a lesbian couple." Like they just love to say the word lesbian over and over and over again. It's a weird brainwashing tactic, and I can't imagine that anybody wants to see this shit anymore. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. And I've mentioned in my videos before, I've got a science fiction series, The Stars Entwined, on Amazon. I would love for you to watch, check this out. I've got a full trilogy on here in ebook, print, and audio. And thanks, guys, for supporting the books. You've been reading a lot over the last month. And I know Doctor Who fans are avid readers, avid sci-fi fans. You're the best people in the business. And if the Doctor Who people don't want you as fans, I definitely do. I think you're great, and I listen to you. Thanks so much.